Are you ready?
Ready!
Are you set?
Set!
Do you need a count?
Nasser!
Hard to trigger with them other fingers, but... You can't be too careful. Whoa! Looks like when they made this fella, they forgot to put in the quit. 5 fingers at a bullet apiece. I ain't got but the 1 bullet left. Sure hope I don't miss. Let me see here. It's hard to be on the left, but in the mirror it'd be on the right. Of course, we is both facing the same way, and the gun is upside down, so... yeah, best not to play it too fancy.
Before I start the video, I want to thank everyone for the support on the last video. Though it doesn't look like much, 2,000 views and that many likes and comments is more than I've ever got since I've only got 40 subscribers, so thank you. And comment down a challenge you'd like to see me run through, and if I like it, I'll probably do it. I could not really think of a good title for this video. I thought about doing beating Fallout 4 as an outlaw, and then I settled on naming it after a famous outlaw, but I couldn't think of a super famous one. So I settled on Butch Cassidy. So basically this run through is just a revolver only playthrough. And for those that do not know, the revolvers in Fallout are utter trash and are basically garbage. You get the best possible revolver in the game after killing Kellogg, which is only like 2 hours into the story. And before any of you say the Western revolver, I'm not doing Nuka World. So this is really just can you beat Fallout 4 with only revolvers. Just as an FYI, I do have a few mods that add content to this game. I have a few revolver mods, as revolvers in Fallout are bland in Fallout 4, but I never really use any of these because they were not well balanced and it kind of ruined the purpose, and the ammo was also hard to get. And I also added a skin mod which added a really sick cowboy costume that I used. When I woke up from my nap, I was able to see my wife get bonked on the head, and then I was able to put my perks in. The stats on screen are good stats, they'll be able to get me all the perks I need and get me the most damage possible. The main perks I'll be using are Bloody Mess, Gunslinger, Gun Nut, and then some other perks I level into later are Lone Wanderer and Armorer. First I had to run out of the vault by slamming the doors behind me, and then I ran around the edge of the lake next to Sanctuary where you can find a 44 pistol, which is my first gun. The bad thing is that there's only a few shots on this gun, and 44 ammo is super rare at this low level and cannot be bought yet. After getting my gun, I went back to Sanctuary, where I would talk to Codsworth and then scrap all of Sanctuary and spam shells for XP. After spamming shells, I would go to the chemistry station, where you can craft the cowboy armor I was talking about, and made myself a hat. And then I went and picked up the drifter armor, and then I ran to Drumlin Diner, where I would let Trudy do all of the fighting, and I would find my first actual gun I could use, the pipe revolver. After getting a gun, I went back to the Museum of Freedom to clear it out. After talking with Preston and entering and exiting the power armor, I ran straight to the Death Claw and hoped that the raiders would do some damage to it. But like always, I have to do the work and had to shoot it with my new pea shooter. After helping the Minutemen, I ran to Diamond City, where I would buy up on ammo and talk to Ellie about the whereabouts of Nick Valentine. I would then go straight to Nick and attempt to save him from the Sugarman. After saving Nick, I would get into Kellogg's house. This is the location of one of the modded revolvers, but after peeping the damage on it, I never used it. After getting out of Kellogg's house, I followed Dogmeat all the way to his location and then entered the building to find him. But before I did that, I went all the way to Finch Farms, where behind their farm is a bunker that has a legendary revolver, the Gainer. The Gainer is a legendary revolver that fires incendiary rounds for each shot. This would be the main gun I use in the playthrough. After getting my new gun, I entered the fort to find Kellogg. Killing Kellogg progresses the story, as well as granting you access to Kellogg's pistol, another unique revolver that restores AP upon a critical hit. After all of that, I ran through Kellogg's brain where I learned about an escaped scientist in the glowing sea where I'd have to go to. After stocking up on radiation medicine and running through the glowing sea, I talked to him and learned about a courser I would have to kill, and I then went on to go and kill the courser. After killing the courser, I had to go to the railroad to decode the courser chip, and then learn of a way to build a teleporter to the Institute. I then went back to Sanctuary where I built up some defenses and then proceeded to build a teleporter where I would enter the Institute and then bonk Sean on the head and escape. After choosing my side, I had to go through the process of building up settlements for the Minutemen before they would be able to attack the Institute, which always is just such a fun time. After helping enough settlements, I was able to put in artillery at the castle and prepare for a synth invasion. And let me just say, this invasion was awful. The revolvers were already terrible and do no damage to synths, and on top of that, I ran out of the 400 bullets I had from my main gun, so for the last half of the coursers, I had to whittle away their health with a pipe revolver, but eventually I took care of that and was able to go and figure out a way to enter the Institute. And after entering a sewer entrance and taking care of a few synths and ghouls, I was able to finally enter the Institute and begin the end of the game.
You're not Sean! You're not Sean!
You're just gonna leave me here?